Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to our weekly live stream. You probably recognize where we are if you have tuned in into past live streams or have been watching the survival series. We are up at our creeper farm collecting some gunpowder. I've been up here for a little while. We are up to 4 1/4 stack of that. And the reason we are getting that is because we are mining for netherite today. We did that in the last live stream, we finished it off that way, and I think we are going to spend a better part of the day, if not the whole day, mining up netherite and again working on our netherite armor collection and getting enough for our netherite beacon. So we are just hanging out up here for a little bit. I've been up here for maybe about 20 minutes or so, and we already have almost enough gunpowder to make a full stack of TNT. Of course, we are going to need a lot more than that, so we might just hang out here for a little while before heading down into the nether. That way we can get at least a few stacks of TNT, but it looks like we are already up to 5 stacks. There we go. So we have enough to make our first stack of TNT. Of course, we built this last week in that live stream, a place for us to just fish while we wait for the creepers to spawn in. But otherwise, we are just going to hang out up here, chat, and have a good time. Of course, this week was Christmas. I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas. I certainly did, and I got a new stream deck, so hopefully the live stream will be a little bit smoother than it has in the past. Not to say that they have not gone well, but already I can tell it has definitely helped quite a bit. So again, we're just gonna hang out right up here. We're gonna do some fishing, and we are going to wait for some more creepers to spawn in. Now, my rates were pretty good when I was standing right in here. In fact, we were getting a lot more than what we have right now. I don't know, maybe the spawner is just shy and doesn't like to be on the live stream. That could always be the case. And we could always just fly over to our other spawner and again compare those rates. In fact, we might do that. So it took about 20 minutes for us to get a little over 5 stacks of gunpowder. So why don't we head over to our monster spawner, our hostile mob farm, and see if those rates are any better. It is somewhere right over here, this giant ugly thing over the middle of the ocean right here. We're just gonna hang out in here. We don't have a fishing area or anything like that. We're just gonna kind of hang out up here and see how we do. I think we will go for 4 minutes, and if we end up with a stack of gunpowder, that rate would be equivalent to what we have over at our creeper farm. If it is more or less, that means, well, that this farm is either better or worse. So we're just gonna see how this goes. In the meantime, I don't know if there's anything else we could do while we are up here. Of course, we don't have a fishing area. We could build one, but I think we will just leave that be. The idea of this farm is that it's AFK, so we really shouldn't build anything up here. We're supposed to just kind of hang out. The creeper farm, it is partially AFK. We hang out up there to let the creepers spawn in, but we kill them ourselves with our sword. Now, from past experiences of testing this out, I think the rates are a little bit higher actually, but because we're not killing the creepers with looting, we get about the same amount of gunpowder. But again, we will find out here in about 3 more minutes and just see how those things go. I guess in the meantime, we probably don't need our fishing rod. All over the place today already. We'll put the fishing rod away for now. If we head back over to the creeper farm, of course, we will pull that back out. We'll grab our ender chest, So we are a minute and a half in. I probably should have checked the chests before we started. I guess it will probably be pretty obvious if there was gunpowder in there from the last time. I think there are other mob drops in there from the last time that we're here, but I think the gunpowder was all removed because, again, we were working hard on this netherite beacon. And again, that is the goal. I think we talked about this last week in last week's stream. If we were to find 36 ancient debris, which is equivalent of 1 netherite block, in every weekly live stream, it would take us almost 3 years to complete the netherite beacon. So ideally, if we want to do this in 1 year, that means doing either 3 streams a week or finding 3 netherite blocks, or about a stack and a half per live stream. Of course, there will be a lot of other times when I'm just on and hanging out down in those netherite mines, but generally speaking, I'd like to do a bulk of it on the live stream. It just makes it a little bit more authentic. So we are about 3 minutes in now. We're gonna go for another minute, and then we will drop down there and see what we have. Now, obviously, the channel has been sort of quiet this week. I was a little bit busier than I anticipated, unfortunately, but I still intend on making some progress in the North Pole in the coming episodes. For those of you who watch All the Mods 9, if you recall, we got a Christmas gift a few weeks ago. I did go in there and try to open that up just so that we could see what we got. I was worried it might disappear, but it looks like we need something else in order to open it up. We can't just right click it to open it. There's something else that we have to do from one of the Tombstones mods in order to get that. So we are at about 4 minutes now. Let's head down there, and again, a stack of gunpowder would put us at an equivalent of the creeper farm in terms of quantity per time spent. So we're just going to let the rest of those mobs die off. The spiders, of course, will try to escape. We have 39 in there, 15 in there, so that is 54. And that is well over a stack. So, I don't know. I think the numbers in here are actually a little bit better. Let's head back up and make sure one last time, just in case we had gunpowder left over in there. Again, I don't think we did, but it never hurts to check. So we're just going to hang out right up here. We're going to go for another 4 minutes and just see what we get. In the meantime, we can get our bed placed down right up here. I've been pretty good about sleeping while over at the other creeper farm, so we won't have any phantoms or anything like that, but I'd rather do this during the day than at night. And we are on day 1389, so we are moving right along in this world, making some pretty good progress. Of course, I really would like to be farther along than we are. There are a lot of changes and resolutions, I guess, that we are going to make here in the coming years. I'm also planning on doing, and I know I've talked about this a few times in previous live streams, but a best of our year, basically. All of my favorite builds. We may even rank survival episodes and things like that, but I just want to do a 2024 recap here on the channel. That's not anything that I've done before, and I think it would be a fun way to end this year and ring in the new year. So we're going to do something like that, ranking builds and all of that. Of course, I have talked about all of the builds that we have done this year and how many of them I absolutely adore. So I think it will be a pretty good list, and I'm sure there will be builds I wish I could include honorable mentions that won't actually make the cut. But it should be a lot of fun for us nonetheless. We may even do what we did for the museum reveal and do some kind of premiere for that so that I can watch alongside with all of you and give some other fun facts and little tidbits, details, things like that. So what are we at? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stacks of gunpowder. If we get up to 10, of course, that means a full stack or 2 full stacks of TNT for us. So that would be pretty good. I think we need a little bit more sand from the desert, but of course that is not a problem for us. The one thing I'm starting to think about though is our netherite mine. We're starting to run into lava in all directions, which means we can either swim through it with fire resistance, or it might be time to find a new netherite mine. We will just see how we do. I think we still have some pretty long tunnels in there that we need to detonate, but we will definitely find a new place in the future for all of that. We will definitely need it at some point, especially looking for 162 netherite blocks, plus some because of all the armor that I want to put the armor trims onto. So we have about 40 more seconds up here, and then we will head down there and once again see what those numbers are. Again, 1 stack plus give or take 4 would be equivalent to standing over at that farm, waiting 4 minutes, and killing all of the creepers with a looting 3 sword. Of course, that requires work. This doesn't, and we get some byproducts from it as a result of all of those other mobs. So just a few more seconds here, and I think we can head on down and see what we get. So again, we'll let the rest of those mobs die off. We might as well get some squids while we are down here. We could always use some extra ink sacs. And in here we have 40, 50, and 90. So a stack and a half. These rates are significantly better than our other creeper farm. So we'll grab out all of that. If we want to, we could call it here. We have 8.5 stacks. And we could head back. We'll get a few more. In fact, we might as well... I tried to hit it with looting. That's okay. But we have 8.5 stacks right down here. We could get another stack and a half, which would be another 4 minutes up at that farm. And I think we might as well do that just because we are here. And then... didn't quite make it. And then we will head back home and we will be able to make 2 full stacks of TNT instead of just a single stack or a stack and a half or whatever the numbers from all of that would be. Of course, we would have 5 there, and then, well, let's just go ahead and count this out. So we'll spread that over 5 inventory slots. We would have about a stack and 3/4. So not a whole lot more, but when we are down in the netherite mine, it could be the difference of finding a few more netherite veins or not finding any at all. And then, of course, the more times that we are traveling back and forth between these farms and the nether, the longer it takes, the more it slows us down. It's better to spend most of our time in one given location before moving to the next. I am a little bit surprised though with how efficient this farm has turned out to be for us. I'm not complaining, of course, but you'd think that a dedicated creeper farm would have better rates. I wonder if there's a way that we could optimize that, because if we are getting that many creeper spawns from this farm and we have other mobs spawning in, there's got to be a way that we can get faster rates. Again, it makes me wonder if there are mobs spawning in elsewhere, but at the same time, we are all the way up at the build limit over at that farm, or at least close to it, high enough above the ocean that mobs aren't spawning in there. So I don't know what the deal with the mob cap over there is, but all I know is that this farm is far more efficient, and we're not killing them with looting 3, which means we are getting probably about twice as many creeper spawns as we would over at the creeper farm. We could always try another creeper farm as well. There are a few different designs I know of. That one is probably the easiest, but there are some other late game farms that we could test out and just see how they go. We might do that here in a future episode, upcoming episode. That way we can really optimize our TNT production. So for the last time, we will go for about 1 more minute and then head into the nether, excuse me. Alright, let's head down and see how we have done. Again, I don't think it's going to be quite a full... I did not mean to use a firework rocket there. I don't think it's going to be quite a full stack. We don't want that witch down here. That's going to cause some issues for us. I do want to hit some of those creepers again with our looting. And they're just going to use fire resistance on that fire. We'll just have to fly away and let them despawn. Alright, so we are very close. We just need a little bit more gunpowder. We might have some back at home. So let's head back there and make some TNT. If I can remember which way it is, I always forget. It is going to be this way. We can check in on the iron farm as well. Again, I think there is something going on with this farm. The rates have not been nearly as good as what they have been in the past, even with our chunk loader that we have right there. We have 30 in there. That was at 12 when I showed up here about 30 minutes ago. So 18 of that came from being in the area, and then only 12 from all of the time that we have spent away from this farm since, which was a lot more time than just a half hour. Alright, so back to the valley. Let's see how much sand we have. Again, I don't know. We may have used all of it up the last time, but we will see. So the sand would be over here. Did we get a surplus? We didn't. So we need to go get a lot more sand as well. And let's see how much gunpowder we have. Okay, enough for 10 full stacks. So we can make 2 stacks of TNT. We just need a little bit more sand. So off to the desert, and then down to the netherite mine after that. Let's put away these iron blocks first. Really don't need to have those out. And off to the desert we go. We probably also need to work on expanding our nether hub a little bit more down in this direction. That way it is a little bit safer for us getting to the desert. So let's... I guess we could just work where we have been working right here. This is a pretty good area. Of course, it is night. As soon as we get here, we will sleep that off. We don't want any husks or anything like that trying to attack us in the middle of the night. So that will take care of that. And again, let's get to work. This, of course, goes significantly faster than the gunpowder. But I do want to get quite a bit more than we actually need. That way we don't have to come back here as well. It's similar to the creeper farm the less time we spend traveling back and forth, the more time that we can spend down searching for netherite. We're probably already almost at, I'd say, at least 4 stacks of sand. So we are definitely getting close to our goal already. And sand is one of those resources I feel like we are always coming here to dig up. Whether it's for glass or for making TNT. But we haven't really built with it. We haven't really built with sandstone or sand at all. And we already have a full inventory. We can get rid of those sticks, the raw salmon. I don't want to throw away the ink sacs just yet because we said that we would get those for the sake of having ink sacs. We didn't accidentally pick them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That will be a little bit more than enough sand. We'll go home with that. We can always come back here. All of this sand that we dug up will still be on the ground when we return because we will be so far away from it that it will not despawn. So 2 stacks of TNT should go a pretty long ways in mining up netherite. I'm trying to remember what we found the last time. I think it was quite a bit, actually. We probably have it over here, 6. I think all 6 of that came from the last live stream. So there's 2 stacks of TNT. Let's put the rest of this sand away. And let's head down to the netherite mine after we put away these ink sacs as well. So of course we made a pretty large tunnel last week that took us a ways out before we ran into lava. I think we still have a ways to go on that tunnel in terms of detonating it. So we're gonna start there and work our way down, avoiding the fire from that ghast. And that tunnel was... I always start from the ends and then work our way back towards us. This might take a while to find, though. And we can always start at a fresh tunnel as well if we need to, but it looks like... I don't think that's the one. This is not the one. It was significantly larger than that, but we do have a little bit more to detonate right there if we want. And I don't think it was this way either. It was a tunnel near our entrance, though. I do remember that. Maybe over here in this direction, perhaps? Or maybe not. Again, we will find it eventually. I'm just eager to detonate some of our TNT. So I say we just get right to it. Let's find a chunk border and get to work on this. I guess we could go down. This is just a small tunnel, but you know what? You never know when you might find some netherite. So let's grab out our flint and steel and just detonate what we have here in this tunnel. We'll place down maybe 1. I'm worried that this is lava directly behind here. Maybe? Oh, actually, this might go on for a ways, so we are just going to continue to dig in this direction until we run into a lava pool. I think there is a pretty big lava lake over in this direction, so we probably will hit that here before long. But maybe not. Oh, yep, there it is. Alright, so we are going to back up from that a little bit, start our TNT right here, and we are just going to place this in a line all the way to the start of our tunnel. I like to leave 2 block gaps in between it, just for maximum efficiency. Of course, it doesn't always detonate in one long stream, but I would rather conserve our TNT than have it go all at once. Alright, so we will begin right here. We'll back up from that, and here we go, our first netherite expedition of the day. And already we have some right off the bat. That is amazing. Let's go ahead and grab that, and then we will get back to the rest of our TNT. How awesome is that? So even if we didn't extend that tunnel, like I said, if we just blew up what was in there, we would have found some netherite. That's why we want to make sure we hit every single small nook and cranny in this cave. Let's see if we can continue that same luck moving forward. Nothing through here, but we haven't had any lava yet, which I guess that is a good thing, knock on wood. I'm sure we will have a big pool of lava that drains down from here, but we still have a ways to go. And there's a little bit more right up here on the ceiling. Let's grab that out. I don't see any more anywhere else. But again, a great start for us. It is ambitious, but I think if we could get our hands on 3 blocks today, that would be pretty awesome. And that was our last TNT, and we do have one more hiding over here in this wall. Is it just one? It looks like it is just one. That's okay. So a great first tunnel, first detonation from that. We got 4 ancient debris from a half stack of TNT. That is a great yield. And if we want, we could just find another tunnel along a chunk border in here. Say right along here. And let's make sure we are at the correct Y level. And we'll just go in this direction. We might run into a neighboring tunnel, like this one. Actually, that is a pretty lengthy tunnel that we will have to revisit and detonate. And it looks like some more tunnels right here. Again, it's all just a grid pattern down here, detonating tunnels on chunk borders and things like that. And look at that, we are just hitting a stride today with ancient debris. Just one, again, but no complaints. There's some lava, just a small pocket though. Another tunnel. Nope, that's just a black stone vein. And you can see just how large our network of tunnels is down here. And it looks like we might be getting into a basalt delta. We'll see if we run into it going in this direction. It is to our left, and yes, there it is on our, well, right in front of us. So we are going to detonate. We'll just do, I think we'll just do one in each of these small pockets between tunnels. Again, we are on chunk borders here, so... Uh-oh. I didn't mean to do that. Well, we should probably take care of that Enderman before moving forward, but we are on chunk borders here, so the odds of finding netherite, even in these small pockets, are a little bit higher, as we saw with that single piece that we found. I guess we could detonate two here. As we saw with that single piece that we found in the wall a few blocks back. Just a lava pool right in there. We're gonna move past the black stone. We'll see if that one detonates that. It will. Perfect. Nothing in here but a lot of XP orbs from all of that quartz. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. I guess I didn't think to check for piglins before detonating that. But it's okay, we can take them. I should probably eat just a little bit more. I don't want to lose our tunnel. And there are a lot of them. I don't want to get ourselves cornered here. Always got to keep it dramatic when looking for netherite. Alright, so I think this is where we were. So again, no netherite right through there. We have just a couple more of these sections and then we will be back in our main tunnel. Nothing there. And now I think we can probably start placing in all of our TNT. And we do have a blackstone vein coming up. Well, right there. Actually, that is the end of this tunnel here. So we're going to detonate this. And hopefully find a little bit more. There we go. 2 more. We are just doing fantastic for ourselves today. Check the surrounding area. Just those 2. So we are now up to 7, I believe. Yes. Not bad. Not seeing any more around here. But hey, 7 is really good for not even a full stack of TNT. That is a quarter of a block already. Just about. Alright, so we need to find another tunnel here. Let's go with... Well, let's find our chunk borders, and then we will find the Y level. So we could go right up here and move in this direction. The only thing I'm worried about is similar to what we had before, which is all of these smaller pockets of tunnels. But the basalt delta is what stopped us the last time, so if we don't run into anything like that, we should be able to continue on for a little while here. It is pretty amazing, though, that we have a network of tunnels that is as large as this one. And lava pool that is going to put an end to this tunnel right in here. But we can detonate what we revealed in between each of these pockets. Nothing in there. As long as we find just one ancient debris, it will make it worth it. Just like that, already, and it looks like 2, maybe 3 if we are lucky. I guess we've already been lucky enough today, haven't we? So there's 2 more to our pile. Now we are at a quarter of a block. And there's another one. Wow, this is very, very fruitful. I've never had this much luck finding ancient debris, but really the trick is to stay on these chunk borders. That's where we get those high yields, because we get the netherite from each chunk. Are we on 10, 11, 12? Put one right here. And nothing in there. We'll get a couple in here. There's enough room for 2. Nothing there either. And last little section of this tunnel. We are almost out of our first stack of TNT. And we have 10 now? 10 ancient debris. So that is not bad at all. I do want to find that tunnel, though, that we were digging in the last live stream. Because we still had a ways to go on that, if I'm not mistaken. But this is why I hollowed out that giant flat area at 0, 0. That way we could know which way we need to go. So we will travel in this direction and this direction. And this should take us back towards that starting area. Here we go. Alright, so again, let's see if we can find that tunnel. I just wish I remembered where it was. It could have been down in this direction and then branched off to one of those sides there. But I think at this point we just need to pick something and go with it. Say right here. Even a tunnel of this length is actually really good in terms of finding ancient debris. We just don't want those pockets of lava everywhere that we go. We want to get down typically at least 4 to 8 TNT for a section. That gives us a pretty high chance of finding that ancient debris. And there's a lava lake, so we will again step back from that and start placing TNT. And I know there's a little bit of blackstone in here. I'm not too worried about that, though. So that is a pretty good-sized tunnel. Let's see if we come away with any more. We already have some right up there. We have some TNT pouring down from the ceiling. It looks like it is just a single source though, so we can try to block that off. Even though it's not that big of a deal. When it's that easy to block off, I like to do it. So we will detonate that. Again, step back. We can go grab that ancient debris at the start here in just a moment. And there's a little bit more right through here and some more up there. We are on a roll. I guess if we continue at this rate, we will almost certainly have that netherite beacon sooner than anticipated. Block that off. I don't think it's going to detonate that TNT. But if it does, I want to get a block underneath there so it doesn't fall. Before we detonate that though, let's grab all of this ancient debris so we don't lose track of it. So we have 2 right here. We'll just check for any more in the area. We have, I think, 2 right here. 1 and 2. Perfect. And I think we have 2 at least up here. And did we have some... Is this... I think there's more at the start, actually. We'll have to go back there and double check, but I don't even think we saw this when we were walking through. There's 1 and 2 and 3. Excellent. And I think now we have a little bit more back up here at the ceiling. And this is why I like to use TNT instead of beds. Because it's a lot cleaner of a blast. I think the blast is larger too. And it's so much easier to go quickly like this. Keep your momentum going. We are already up to 19 ancient debris. We almost have a full block just from this alone. 1.5 stacks of TNT. So let's light that. Let's see if we can, again, continue this incredible luck that we have had so far. And we sure can. How about that? You've got to be kidding me. This is unbelievable. So there's another ancient debris. And here's another ancient debris. And we are up to 21 now. And there's one right up here. So this is the place to be, I guess, for ancient debris. This tunnel is absolutely incredible. We have found probably half of a block from here alone, 13, so close to half of a block of netherite from this tunnel alone. Let's find another chunk border and continue on. We'll see how this one goes. We'll see how far it goes. We're getting some pretty good distance out of it, that's for sure. And I'm sure we will run out of TNT in this tunnel, so we will probably want to come back here with a little bit more. But since we are down to our last little bit, we are going to make the most out of it and make sure that we have a 2-block gap in between all of this TNT. Yeah, we still are gonna have a ways to go. we'll mark the coordinates of this tunnel and come back to it. For now, though, let's detonate that. Let's see if we have more of this incredible luck as we continue on. Block off this lava up here. I don't see any quite yet. There's definitely a lot more lava in this tunnel, that's for sure. And I do see some off in the distance right up there that we will go get here in just a second. For now, let's block off the rest of this lava. I think that might be a pool, but we can just block off those sources by themselves. Simple as that. Let's grab this right up here on the ceiling. And we can go detonate the rest of this TNT. Oh, look at that. We have a little bit more right up here. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay. Blocked that off just in time. That could have been a lot worse. Alright, so it looks like we just have a couple more TNT right through here that we can detonate. And then we will head back home because we will be out of TNT. And we will need to get some more gunpowder. But that was a very, very, very fruitful adventure down here. 26 ancient debris, almost a half stack from 2 stacks of TNT. Do we have any firework rockets on us? We sure do. So again, we have a lot of wool and wood. We could do the bed method, but it is very messy. There's always fire everywhere. We take damage. It takes a while. This is just so much easier in terms of finding ancient debris. So we are at -80 and 4. I'm going to write down those coordinates just so that we have them, and we will come back to that tunnel because this whole area has been outstanding for us. And I think we will actually have enough to make... I want to put some kind of marker right here. We'll do a gravel line. That way we remember which tunnel we came down. That'll be easy enough to remember. And then we'll do one more line of gravel right there. So I think we will have enough to make a second netherite block now with all of the ancient debris that we have. I know we have 6 ancient debris back at home, so that's 32. And then if we have 4 more netherite scraps, that will be enough for that full block. So let's have a look in here at what we have so far. We have 5 netherite scraps, so we do have enough for another full block. So that puts us up to 2 out of 162 blocks that we need. We're gonna go get all of this netherrack put into our smelting room, and then we will head back into the... We'll head back to the hostile mob farm. Again, those numbers were a lot better. We probably have a lot of netherite bricks in there. We still have some netherrack smelting. We haven't spent very much time over in this area. And we are already leaving again, so there will be netherrack going in there for quite some time. We are going to need more sand as well. We probably should just fill up a shulker box in the desert, but for now, back to the hostile mob farm. Let's see if that iron has filled up at all. 18, okay, so I guess it is going now. I just had to say something about it. Here's that spawner, and up to the top. We'll need to sleep as soon as we get up there. And then we will just hang out. Alright, so as we have this cloud that passes through us, we are just going to hang out. Again, I think we are getting about a stack and a half per 4 minutes. So 24 minutes would get us 2 more stacks of TNT. I don't know if we will spend that much time up here. For now, though, I'm going to take a quick break, and I will see all of you in just a few minutes. I'm not going anywhere from up here. We're just going to let those creepers spawn in, and I will be right back. And we are back again. I haven't really moved a muscle, just needed a quick water break, but we are back now, just hanging out waiting for more of those creepers to spawn in. So it's already been about 4 minutes. That means we are up to close to a stack and a half of that gunpowder, which is not bad. Again, I think we are getting some great rates from this farm. I just wish there was a better way to optimize that creeper farm. Again, I know of some other farms that was, again, just a very basic farm for us. If we want, I suppose we could build another fishing area right up here with our blackstone that we have. Oh, I don't see why not. We'll just build a nice large pond for us. It just gives us something to do while we wait for those mobs. I don't know how much water we have, though. I guess we're about to find out. 1 bucket. Alright, we need to fly down and get 1 more. I guess we could check on our quantity of gunpowder while we are down here. There's 40, 14, and 44. So again, a stack and a half, just as I said. We will get this water put into place right up here and get back to fishing. There's not really any point to fishing this late in the game, unless we want a lot of fish. But there's always that chance that we get some great treasure from it. So we'll build a little platform for us that we can hop up on. And here we go. The nice thing about this is we don't have to worry about any of those fish, or any of the mobs, I should say, not spawning in. With that creeper farm, I was a little worried with how many we might have spawn in based on where we were standing, but right up here I know for a fact that we are good. And I think we will just do what we did last week and go for a goal of 10 pufferfish. That seemed to work out pretty well. Either that or maybe an enchanted book, whichever comes first. I don't know how the rates of 10 pufferfish compare to an enchanted book, but I'm sure the book is still a little bit more rare. There's a lily pad, something I haven't seen from fishing in quite a bit of time, actually. It is amazing how much stuff we pull out of the pool of water that we just built all the way up here at Y194. There's 1 puffer fish, so we'll go for 9 more and see how our gunpowder totals are looking after that. We should probably do something not only with the puffer fish in making water breathing potions, but probably do something with a ocean monument pretty soon and get a guardian farm going. That way we can start doing some more building with prismarine, because that is actually one of my favorite blocks to build with. It's just very, very difficult to obtain. Without a farm, that is. Once we get a farm going, it isn't all that bad for us. Of course, usually that means draining an entire ocean monument with sponges and all, which can take quite a bit of time. But again, that could be a live stream task for us. That's just one of the many things I want to start in the new year. There's 2 puffer fish. And I haven't even looked at the clock, I think we've been going for about 10 minutes now. So maybe we will hit that 24-minute mark, which again would give us another stack of TNT. As far as the netherite block goes, though, I don't want to place that down in the live stream. We are going to actually probably just stockpile all of them and then build the beacon as a episode, or at least a part of an episode, because how would you make an entire episode out of building a beacon? There's another puffer fish, so it'll probably just be a part of an episode. But it will definitely be the highlight of whatever episode it comes on. Maybe we will put in some new exhibit in the museum, a temporary exhibit, or permanent. It is nice to have something to do up here while we hang out, though. I'm still trying to think of what else we could do other than fishing that doesn't take up a whole lot of space. I think I did mention a cobblestone generator in the last episode, but that is completely unnecessary for us. I guess we could always do some kind of snow farm. We could have a snow golem and just mine up snowballs from that. What we need is a fisherman villager up here who will buy all of the stuff that we fish up. Then it would really feel like we are making progress with something. And speaking of progress, that's number 4. Now the fish are starting to roll in. Look at that, we're on a hot streak. I found Nemo. Maybe they like the clouds. And into the cloud we go. I don't know that we've ever fished up an enchanted book in this world, actually. I'd have to check some of our earlier episodes. Right after we built our boathouse, we spent a little bit of time fishing, not a whole lot. But since we are up here, we should probably mend some of our tools. Throw our pickaxe in the offhand. There's a bone. Even if it's junk like a bone, it's always refreshing to fish up something other than fish. And we do have both Lure 3 and Luck of the Sea 3 on our fishing rod. We also have Mending and Unbreaking. So it's been about 15 minutes now up here. So that means we should be close to... Actually, that means that we're going to be close to our first stack of TNT. I guess 24 minutes would be 2 stacks of TNT. So we'll head down there once we get halfway on our pufferfish goal. Once we get one more, we'll head down there and see if... We'll see how much gunpowder we have. Will that be a pufferfish? Nope, not quite. Again, the more time we spend up here, the more it gives the creepers a chance to spawn in. And this is partially on me. I should have spent all week AFKing. I will do that before our next stream, though. I will make sure that we have lots and lots of TNT before that next stream. That way we can spend the entire 3 hours or whatever down in the netherite mine. I may even go in and carve out some tunnels ahead of time, just to make it as efficient as possible. And there's pufferfish number 5, so we are halfway on that pufferfish goal. But let's fly down here and see what we have in terms of gunpowder. Hit that creeper just because we have looting. And it's still starting to roll in, but there is 5 stacks now for us. Throw that bone in there. So we are just over 5 stacks, just over a full stack of TNT. So I think, again, we will go for our 10 pufferfish goal, and whatever we have at the end of that is what we will go detonate in the netherite mine. We have a bit of a full inventory as well. We'll just empty that out. There we go. So again, 5 pufferfish is what we are going for. Or 5 more pufferfish, and then we will travel back into the nether and hopefully go on another hot streak. That was pretty awesome, finding that 26 ancient debris in that short amount of time. That was probably... It probably averaged out to about 1 ancient debris per minute, if I had to guess, in terms of the amount of time that we spent down there. Again, I've never had that much luck finding ancient debris. That was incredible. I wonder if our pickaxe is going to be fully mended before we get that 5 pufferfish. It's going to be close, I think. There's 1, or 6, depending on how you look at it. I guess we could put that down there, easier to see. Two. I think what I need to do is join the game with my other account and then go up to our creeper farm while we are over here at the mob farm. And then let all those creepers spawn in and get double production. It's probably more work than it's worth, though. Again, just a day of AFK up here is enough time to get probably at least a chest full of TNT, if not close. But I guess we could also talk about the elephant in the room in regards to the series, which is the North Pole. I have not forgotten about that, and I do intend on doing some more work up there this weekend in those episodes. It didn't really unfold the way I had hoped for it to, but that's okay. We will still find time to work on it. And of course, there's always Christmas in July. But after our planning last episode, it really shouldn't be all that difficult. We could probably knock out most of those buildings in 1 or 2 episodes. And then we can just move on to other things. But it would be nice to have that finished before moving on. It'd be nice to just get it done. That way next year we can focus on some of the smaller details instead of building the North Pole itself. Plus, I don't really want all of that wool, all of those plans just sitting up there for the entire year. So we're gonna go for 2 more puffer fish here. And then we will again head to the desert and get a shulker box filled with sand. Like we should have done a long time ago. And there's some rain. So that should help with our fishing numbers. One more puffer fish and then we will head down there and grab that gunpowder. It's nice to set goals like that for ourselves. Definitely helps to keep us focused. Hey Luffy, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Just as we were doing last week, we are working on our netherite right now, getting gunpowder. We're at our hostile mob farm today, and there's pufferfish number 10. So let's grab all of our stuff. Let's head down, grab the rest of the gunpowder, and then get to the desert for some sand and make a little bit more TNT. Alright, not bad. That puts us up to 8 stacks, plus whatever we have right here. There's 1, 7 more in there. And I think that will be all of it. So off to... I really do need to draw an arrow out here somewhere. Off to the desert. I think it is over in this direction. Yes, there is the shipwreck. And there's the birch forest. Let's see what our iron totals are up to. 32 blocks. Not bad. Do you do modded Minecraft streams? I haven't yet, but I have considered doing that for all the mods 9. I would like to start doing that here in the next few weeks or the next month or so. I think it would be a lot of fun. We're just not nearly as far along as I would like to be to warrant doing a stream. There's just not enough to do. I mean, we could stand around and just farm our mystical agriculture stuff all day long, but, you know, that's like what we're doing now, just hanging out, getting gunpowder, and it's not the most interesting thing in the world. So we'll put all of our fish away in there, even the puffer fish. We can technically eat that, so I guess we'll put it in the food chest. We'll put that lily pad over here, and put away the iron as well. Perfect. But yeah, eventually I do want to do some All the Mods streams. I think that would be a ton of fun. Alright, off to the desert now. And I think it's still night. We should probably sleep as soon as we get through there. That way, we can avoid any hostile monsters. And as I said before, all of that sand is still there. So we will run around and grab all of this before it despawns. There was quite a bit over here. And again, the goal is to just fill up a shulker box. Plain and simple. I'm tired of coming back to the desert over and over. And this shouldn't take us all that long to do. I think last time we got about half a shulker box worth of sand in maybe a minute, if that. Definitely goes really fast with our shovel. Just hoping we can hit another one of those hot streaks when we return to the Nether. If we could get 2 netherite blocks today, that would be a big time success. I mean, even 26 ancient debris is already a giant success by itself. But 2 would be amazing. You're out of baked potatoes. So already up to about 10 stacks there. We're gonna need to fill up this chest when we run home that shulker box, our food. So again, that was about a minute or 2. So just a few more minutes here, mining up this sand, digging it up. I hate to destroy a desert like this, but I don't anticipate on building here anyway. so I'm not all that worried about it. And I'm sure we will probably run out of all this sand very soon and have to come back here once again, but this should tie us over for a little while. Just about there. And that should probably do, once we grab this last little bit. Of course, I'm not worried about getting every ounce of sand, but we'll get a decent amount here. There we go. And close, just a little bit more, about a half stack more. I just want to round off that shulker box. There we go. So, a stack of sand, or a shulker box full of sand. We have all that gunpowder. So we have sand for next time as well. That way we don't have to fly back here once again. That's why we need to finish off that nether hub. Lots of dangers along that path. I guess we could make, well, we need to empty out that sand. We'll go home and then make our gunpowder from the storage room. That will give us 1.5 stacks, a little bit more sand here, probably 1 more stack. I guess not that much at all. So that will give us a little over 1.5 stacks. That's not bad. Down into the nether we go. Once again, we're going to finish off that tunnel where we were having that hot streak with the 26 ancient debris that we found. Let's see if we can do that again. And again, we are just going to hug those chunk borders because that is where we were having all kinds of success. So we marked it off with the gravel right here. We'll be in this direction and down over this way, and it was 80 and... no, it was negative 80 and 4. So here's negative 80 right up here. And there's 4. So we'll finish off this tunnel right up here and then find another chunk border to detonate against. I think we'll skip that black stone. There might be netherite in it, but the TNT isn't going to be very effective on it. And we'll just do that one. And here we go. Back at it. Nothing right through here. That's okay. We still have a ways to go on this. And there we go. We have some right up there in the wall. I do want to get something put under that TNT again, just in case the lava ignites it. I don't think it's close enough to. But I don't want that to fall to the ground and then detonate nothing. So we'll jump up here and grab our 27th ancient debris of the stream. Just check around in the area as well, just in case. Because we have come across a few that were pretty separated from each other. And I guess that was our last one. Okay then. That was anticlimactic. No more right through here, so let's find another tunnel to work our way in. Maybe up... maybe paralleling this tunnel. So if we go... let's give a little bit of space. Maybe right here. And then we will hop up to Y12. Get around this gravel, though. I guess we could go on this side. There's a little bit, but we can deal with that. And we will continue in this direction. Lava was just kind of chasing after us. And it looks like we have hit another main tunnel right through here, so we will just go through with what we have. We'll do one more right there. Step back from that and let that lava work its magic. Or the TNT, I should say. And sure enough, it has. So I think we have found ancient debris in almost every detonation that we have done today, which is absolutely incredible. We have a little bit of lava up there. I bet we could block that off if we wanted to. There we go. And a few more spouts here and there. Again, no pools, just small pockets. I'm surprised we haven't come across any more ancient debris yet, given how we have done today. So I think all of those lava pockets are blocked off now. I don't know if it uncovered any more. I don't see any around here. But that's okay. I think we still have a little ways to go on this TNT. Three more. Let's see how we do. We do have some black stone right in there, so we might not get huge explosions, but that's okay. As long as we find ancient debris. Doesn't look like we have any in there. Not to worry. I guess we could maybe continue on in this direction. So we were lined up right here. We'll see, we might run into more tunnels that we've dug in the past. Our flint and steel is getting a little low. I don't know if we have any more in our tools chest. And I don't know if we have the resources we need to craft it. Look at that. If I can actually mine it. There we go. There's 1, 2. Are we going to get that lucky number 3? I do not see it. That's okay. So we are up to 30 on the live stream now, nearing a half stack. And this is shaping up to be quite the tunnel for us. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I can handle those pockets of lava. Our biggest issues are basalt deltas. If we get into those are a true dead end for us. We can get around pockets of lava, but it's hard to get around an entire biome. Because with that pocket of lava, we can likely go that way for a few blocks and then continue on down in the direction that we are facing. But a basalt delta completely thwarts our plans. We've been lucky enough, though, to not have that happen all that often. Do we skip the blackstone here? I guess we'll put TNT on it. Again, we never know where we might find that ancient debris. But I am a little bit worried about our flint and steel situation. So we have 27 more. That's actually probably not going to get us to the end of the tunnel. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get all the way there. This is quite the tunnel that we are dealing with. So my expectation is that we find at least 12 ancient debris from in here. That's about how much TNT we used to find the last one. I guess a little bit less. If we find 12, it'll be about the same numbers as what we've been dealing with. So we're just going to keep the TNT loaded in for now, and then we will come back here and look for ancient debris in a little bit. I didn't see any through there, but again, I wasn't really looking. There's some. There's 3. Excellent. And there's another one up on the ceiling. And this TNT is doing exactly what it is supposed to be doing, which is detonating all the way down the line, because our flint and steel has just 5 durability left on it. We still have a ways to go here. I think we'll make it, though. And are we close? I think... Wow, this is a very long tunnel. I still think we have a really long ways to go. A little bit more lava right above us on that side. Let's see if we can navigate it. And still not the end. So there better be a lot of ancient debris through here, because this is quite the tunnel. Of course, I did spot I think we have at least 5. There's another one right up there. And we're just about there at the end. Our flint and steel now has 1 durability left, so hopefully we can detonate all of this TNT here. And it looks like we have probably 2 more right up here. Or maybe, oh no, 4 more. Alright. I think what we will do, well, our flint and steel is broken. Hopefully we detonate all of that TNT. There we go. Alright, so the tunnel is finished. And now we will go back. I do want to cover up some of these lava pockets just to make it a little bit safer for us to navigate through here. And again, we might uncover a little bit more ancient debris. So there's a pocket of 3 right up there. I know we have another pocket of 3, and I think a pocket of at least 2. So actually, yeah, the numbers here, not bad at all. That is going to drain off, I think. We do have a hoglin over here. 2 of them, actually. I don't really want to deal with 2 of them right now, but we're going to anyway. There we go. I just get worried dealing with them without our chest plate on. When we're fully suited up, it's not a issue, but our elytra leaves us very exposed. So just a couple more lava streams right through here. We'll get those covered up. 1 more down there, and then we will go through and get all of our ancient debris. Last one. It's definitely more lava than we've had in the past, that's for sure. That one tunnel where we were just finding ancient debris after ancient debris, we really never had any lava. So there's 3. Let's keep track of what we were at before. So we were at 4. So that was 3. We'll go back and check in that direction in just a moment. Here's one up here. There's 2, it looks like. We'll take it. Just want to make sure we don't miss any as we walk through here. And another hoglin now. I guess we are in a crimson forest, probably. Here's our vein of 3. I think the other vein of... the one that I said a vein of 2, I think that was the single one that we saw that we just mined before this. That just happened to be a vein of 2. But I think I saw it and thought it was a vein of 2. So that is the end of the tunnel down in this direction. Now we'll travel back and do one more sweep just to make sure. And if I do miss one that you guys spot, please let me know. But I'm trying to be as thorough as possible. I guess that's the one downside of not mining it as soon as we see it. I just like to have the whole tunnel done, though, before we go in and collect all of it. But that was 8, so not nearly as much as I was hoping for, or hoping that we would get. But still not bad. I mean, that's 2 more netherite ingots. And again, that was all of our TNT and all of our flint and steel, so we're going to need some more of that as well when we go back. It looks like that tunnel is empty now. So we have just a little ways to go, not anything that we need to mark the coordinates for, though. Now we need to find our way back home. So we're at 0 here. Uh-oh. Okay. Wasn't sure what that was, but we need to eat. So over in this direction. Now we are at 0, 0. We're just going to follow the gravel out of here and head back home. I think that is where we're not going to end the stream, but that's where we're going to end our netherite expeditions for today. We will check our stream to-do list once we get back home to see what else we need to cross off. There actually is one thing I can think that we need to do that I haven't done yet. But first, let's go ahead and smelt all of our ancient debris. All 44 of it, plus the 5 scraps that we have in there. And then we will make our second netherite block. Absolutely incredible. So, I just realized all of those hoppers are going to be completely full, so we're going to have to do it this way. We'll just run 2 furnaces. That's fine. We will get the rest of our netherrack put away in there. Now that we are loaded in over here, we should get some more production from all of that. So we have our first and second netherite scraps rolling in. We will let those cook. While we do that, we will head back over here. And we will grab out some iron because, like I said, there's one other thing on our to-do list that's been on there for a little while. So we'll grab that. We'll grab a crafting table. And we will head to the roof of our museum, where I've still not finished the anvils yet. Grim L7, welcome to the stream. It's going pretty good. We just got... How much did we get? We got 47 ancient debris from the nether. And now we are taking a break from netherite mining and doing some other chores that we have here in our valley, including placing these anvils, and I apologize for the sound in advance. But that is the last one, actually, so I made way more anvils than we needed, because those are all finished over there. We will find something else to do with these anvils. But we can see right through our roof right here the reason that we are mining up all of that netherite. We are building a full netherite beacon, sort of as my commitment, my long-term commitment to this world. So we got another full block today, so we are up to 2, probably about 2.5 blocks out of the 162 that we need for that beacon. It's definitely going to take us a lot of time, but it's going to be absolutely amazing once it is finished, and we get all kinds of bragging rights as well, so that will be really fun too. We have all of that ancient debris smelting over in our storage, or our smelting facility. Meanwhile, in our storage facility, we can put away those anvils, clean up our inventory a little bit more, and then check our to-do list. In fact, we can take a peek at this right now. So we need to work on some lampposts. I think we will actually work on that. As boring as that sounds, I'm tired of hostile mobs spawning throughout our world. Of course, this is how our lampposts look. Just a deep slate brick pattern with a single deep slate brick and some lanterns on top of those. Why are all those armor stands there next to the beacon? That is going to be for our armor trim display. We are doing, hopefully, again, it's ambitious, but every armor trim pattern on every set of armor, eventually maybe all colors as well, but we will see about that. I don't even know how many full armor sets that is, and we definitely don't want to display all of those because that would be outrageous lag if we were to have that many armor stands. But yes, that is another long-term mega project for us. So let's clean up the rest of our inventory here, and then we're going to work on some more of those lampposts. My biggest issue right now is the Endermen, which always, I don't care if they take blocks, like they can take as much grass as they want. It's when they place them down, that's when I have issues with it, because they'll put it in our mob farms and things like that, and then all of the animals will escape. It is quite annoying, so we are hopefully going to finish off lighting up the area so we don't have any more problems with that. So for that, we are going to need a lot of lanterns. More than 28, that's for sure. And I know we have more torches in our ender chest, so we will grab those out. And some iron nuggets. So we'll make a bunch of lanterns. An even stack, that should do for now. And then our deep slate bricks, which we have 31 in there. And then the walls, we need a lot more walls than the brick blocks. Probably even more than a stack. We'll go with 2 stacks and see how we do. We can always come back for more. So we'll make 2 stacks of those, and that should be good. We're gonna throw the rest of that stuff. I don't really want to sort it right now. We'll throw the rest of it in there and get to work on these lanterns. It is night. That is actually perfect because now we can see where we are lighting up. We're going to start down over in this direction because we have had some issues with mobs over here in the past. We'll get one put right here. And what is the best way to do this? I guess we could just put a temporary block. So we go up 3, have our full block, another wall, and then that plus shape, and lanterns on top. Simple as that. And we get some great lighting. We'll do another one right here. It's going to be a tight fit, but we will make it work. Perfect. We have one right here on the corner already. we don't need to worry about that. We do need to get some kind of lighting right here. We don't... Actually, we do have room for a full lamppost. So we will go with that. There we go. We just need to make sure we don't have any creepers sneaking around the corner over here. See, this is what I mean. They place them down wherever they want. Those Endermen. I guess we could put one... You know, this area really isn't all that developed. I thought I heard a baby zombie. This area isn't all that developed, so we'll just go with torches in here. And then we will come back later and do some lanterns once we start building in this area. Of course, we have our hydro dam project, which I think is right there, hydro plant, and then the weaponsmith, which we still need to build over there. You should make a roller coaster utilizing the new minecart update. I should. That would be really cool. There's definitely a lot we're going to be able to do with that. So yeah, right through here, we're just going to place down torches all over the place. And we have had mobs spawn up in here as well. I'm not sure what we're going to do with this area. It's not enough room for a building. We might just extend a path through here. If we wanted to continue that on in this direction, the one in front of our house, we could extend that back here and have it go that way. I think we'll do that. Not today, but we will do that eventually, or maybe we will do it today. I don't know. For now, though, again, mob proofing all over the place. We'll even get down here in the cave. That is part of our beacon. That's not just a natural iron block. We're gonna light up all around the trading hall as well. How big is your dam going to be? It will be... It's not gonna be huge. The plan, that was... I needed that firework rocket. We'll pull out some more from in here. We're gonna need more gunpowder for these as well. So I'm gonna be busy not being busy at that AFK farm. So the plan for the dam is to have... Let me fly around here and then we'll just pause the game. So over in this direction, if we continue down, we'll fly over there in just a sec, that is where the ocean is. The plan is for this artificial lake to have a stream that continues right through here. So the dam will really only be about this large. It's not going to be anything like the Hoover Dam or anything like that, where it's just absolutely giant. It's just going to be a pretty short area for that water to pass through. The river will follow through right here in this direction, and then it will go around right through here. We will do some terraforming, landscaping, level that out, and then have either a... We'll probably do a waterfall right here with how large this slope is. But that is how that will look. The one thing I wish, well, there's a lot of things I wish Minecraft had more of, but one of the biggest things I wish they had more of were features of water, rivers, and different elevations of lakes. Say something like this, all the way up here at Y87. I think if they had that, it would make the whole world more dynamic. But that's why I like them. It makes everything more dynamic, so by having a river right through here, I think it makes it a lot better. Plus, not to mention, there aren't very many civilizations that are built not on bodies of water like this, rivers, lakes, things like that, streams. So that's why we built that lake, because we didn't have any water in the valley, and it's kind of important. We kind of need that for life. So having water, there we go. Having water definitely adds a bit of, it just adds a new element to the world. So I think we still have the other side of the trading hall that we need to light up. This whole area right here. We're going to go from the museum and just draw a line with torches all the way to the trading hall. Right through that charged creeper explosion. And then we will get all of this inside area lit up. Probably that cave as well. I did spy a creeper in there. We will have a lot of other mobs if we don't take care of that. We do still need to do a lot of terraforming around the museum, just to finish that off. Maybe we'll do that next week, depending on how much TNT we have for our netherite mining. I don't want that to monopolize the live streams. I just want it to be something that we can work on. Again, I mean, we got 1.5 blocks today. We do need to build some lampposts through here. We got 1.5 blocks today, which isn't bad. I guess we'll just place this last one down right there. And we'll build lanterns the rest of the way through here. So we'll go with one there, maybe one here on the corner. I want to place these in before the sun comes up. That way we can see where we need the light. We'll go up to about right there. That should be good. And I think we're just gonna have to place a block right there. It used to be a lot easier to jump up on these blocks with Elytra before the 1.21.4 update, when they removed Elytra sprint jumping. I'm never gonna live that down. We also need to do some landscaping right through here. I don't know if we'll do that today, though. We'll see how we're feeling with that. This will definitely help, though. And the lanterns, the street lights, I guess, do make a big difference in the overall look of the world. I definitely love having them. I always spend so much time designing street lights, trying to get them to look the way I want them to. These ones, I'm really happy with how they look. They fit our valley really nicely. I tried a few different designs. Sometimes they're just difficult. They look out of proportion based on... Are we gonna have enough walls here? Yes, okay, we have another stack. But sometimes they just look strange, out of proportion, off, things like that. but these ones I think fit quite nicely. You can make some sort of statue on that mountain. That mountain is actually our North Pole, which didn't get nearly as much attention as I wanted it to. But we're still going to be working in there for the foreseeable future, just probably until the new year. But we do have a wind charge booster right over here, which is one of my favorite things to do. It sends us way above the clouds. We can fly right down here. We have 2 buildings up here so far. I guess we'll start down here. This is the welcome center / cocoa stand. We have a trail, all of these switchbacks, that brings us right up in here. We're gonna have a second door that exits out and has another path that takes us up to the top right up here. And this is our workshop, Santa's workshop, right in here, which is still empty. But then if we continue on to the summit, which will be a path following this green wool, right up here, this is all of our planning that we did last week. We have some skate rentals right here for the ice skating rink. We have the pub right here next to the observatory, which for this is going to be a giant Santa hat with a telescope coming out of it. These are just some Christmas stalls. Right down here we have a row of cabins, which will just be some small 3x3 cabins, and those will be nice and cozy. Over here, this is going to be Santa's house. He's going to have a nice large balcony overlooking this canyon right down there. A reindeer for Santa and his reindeer. And then right down here, I think we have reindeer stables. And then up here, a bakery and a toy store. So we really hit all the bases with this. And then here in the middle of town, a large Christmas tree in the town center, the town square, which will be a circle. But I don't want to call it the town center, because that is what this area right down here is. And you can see how those lights add a lot of depth and detail to our path. I guess I could move that one back just a little bit just to line them up. In fact, most of them are pretty well centered in between except for this one, so we're gonna move this. Of course, I didn't count out perfectly the space in between these, I just kind of eyeballed it. But if we have something like this, I want to make it look really good. Especially when every other lantern is just about perfectly aligned. So there we go. Now if we fly up and turn around and have a look at that, that looks a lot better. Oh, we have one more that we missed. So that will take care of the street lights over here on this side of town. We do still have a few more torches. I think this will be a path that will extend up through here. We still need to move that bee farm into a more permanent location. But then, up here, I think we need a few more street lights. We could get one on the corner right here. I guess, do we want to go 3 blocks like that? I guess we'll do that. It's already elevated from the dirt right there. But we'll build that up like that anyway. I think that looks fine how it is. We'll do another one right here. You can put some villagers there as elves and put iron golems there as giant toys. That's a good idea. I like that. Get some baby villagers that never grow up. Too bad that's not a thing. I think we'll do one more right here. Then all of these empty plots that we have over here, These are all supposed to be houses. We planned these out in episode 50. Not much progress has been made over here, primarily because these won't really serve a purpose other than aesthetic. It's sort of like our windmill right up here. It looks fantastic, but it doesn't help us progress in the game the way a, say, spider farm would, or anything like that. So that's why all of this hasn't really developed all that much. So we have a few more walls, a few more deep slate bricks, but we are out of lanterns. So let's go restock, but I'm glad we are doing this. It's nice to get all of these street lights put into place. So we need some more iron. I think if villagers have blocks over their heads at all times, they won't grow up. Oh, well, that'd be an interesting thing to try. It would make sense. Lighting, where did we put the rest of those torches? I guess we used them up, didn't we? Again, we'll go with 36 lanterns. Get a few more walls out of here. I'll start here on the corner. I am excited to see this at night. Of course, we saw a little bit, but those were primarily torches. All of this area is going to look very different, and it's nice to remove some of these torches on the ground as well. Since this is going to be a building, I'm not going to put a lantern, a street light in front of that. But we can get one here on this corner. Our sniffers down there are still very hard at work. I guess that's probably good along here. We could do one more here. We'll just build it, and we can always tear it down or relocate it if we decide. We'll go with something like that. The sun is starting to set, so we should get a pretty good look at this here in just a couple minutes. I think we have adequate lighting right through here. I think I've actually checked all of these blocks. We have glowberries and things like that as well. Through here, though, this is not fully lit up. Now, we could go in here and just place down some glow lichen. That would probably help right through there. I mean, that's almost fully lit up. We could build another street light, but that might look off right there on the edge of that wall. But again, with the sun setting, we will once again be able to see all of the dark spots and where we need to place more of these street lights. So I think that looks pretty good right through there. Curious to see right up here with all of these new lights. That is very well illuminated. We'll place down some torches inside of this plot. Again, the whole goal is to pretty much eliminate any hostile mobs from spawning in our valley. I'm not too concerned with what we have across the bridge. Of course, we do have a skeleton right here, but it would be nice to have all of this lit up near our tree farm so we don't have to worry about sleeping when we are chopping wood. So we'll just get a few torches placed down right around here. Cool dude, welcome to the stream. I'm a chill guy. Well, I am too, or at least I try to be. We try to keep things pretty low-key, pretty calm around here. We're just playing Minecraft just to have a good time. So there goes all of those torches. I do want to fly back and see our path. Yo, I'm just a chill guy too. Well, look at all of us. Just a bunch of chill people hanging out. I do want to see this area right over here. That is definitely a lot better. Still a few dark spots that we could place some torches, but generally speaking, that is going to prevent most of those hostile mob spawns. So let's fly around and see where else we need to illuminate. Actually, it is looking really good. We could get right down here against the lake. We just have torches right now. Should probably place down some dedicated street lights here. And slowly remove these torches. I think we also need to build a lake house at some point right up here. Of course, we have our boathouse down at the ocean. We don't have anything here, though. We have plans for stuff here, but we don't actually have anything here. I think that's the closest thing that we have planned. Where do we want to put this one? Probably right here. Is that going to be tall enough? I think that's fine. We'll go with that. I guess we could do one here next to the farm as well. And then we will once again be out of lanterns, but we will have a lot more of this area down here lit up. There we go. So that is still dark over in that direction, but all through here is looking much better now. We still need one more right there. We should probably keep a torch placed down for now. But all of that looks pretty well illuminated, so let's light up along the shore. And that will prevent mobs from spawning over here in this area. Let's see how our netherite scraps are doing. 42. So we can take these back now. And craft, I think, just one netherite block. Yeah, we'll just get one out of this. But that's okay. Wait, did you put lightning rods on all of your houses so they don't catch fire? No, and I need to, because we actually did have an incident with that I will show you now. A few episodes ago, right here, this could have been so much worse than it was. Luckily, the rain seemed to put it out before it really spread anywhere else. This is our trading hall. So let me show you what that would have done. The walls are all built out of brown mushroom blocks. They would not have burned, but all of this spruce wood could have. And if that burned and got down to the floor, needless to say, I always say this, it would have been a national tragedy for us. So we got very lucky, but yeah, I think that's actually a great idea. We should do that. after we make this netherite block. So we'll make 12 netherite ingots, which will be enough for our second netherite block and get us a third of the way there on our third block. We will store that away nice and safe in that chest. And let's make some lightning rods now. We will start on the trading hall. I think we're gonna need some stone brick slabs though, because I don't want those floating like that. But that will be fine for now. Go with 2 of those right there. We'll get one put on top of our turret right up here. There we go. We'll get one put over here on this side of our house as well. Again, we're gonna need just one more cobblestone slab. Is that's also a half slab. We'll just place it right there for now. We should get one on the storage building as well. Lots of wood on here. Do we want to do one? I guess we can do one here. I don't know how many we actually need up here. But better safe. I thought I mob-proofed that roof. I guess not. Better safe than sorry up here. This is probably the most important building to not have burn to the ground. So we'll go with all of those up there. Of course, our 1.21 copper and tough house already has plenty of lightning rods on it as a decoration. We'll go get one put on the roof of the town hall. Right there. The museum doesn't need one. We should probably do one on the barn. And then I guess we could get one on the wolf house. I'm not super worried about that. It is really just the roof and the trim on that. We'll go with that. So we just need a few more blocks underneath all of those. But yeah, there we go. All protected now. Everything else, like the windmill, things like that, if they burn in the very low off chance that they do, I have tutorials for all of them, so I will be able to see how all of those are built. In fact, I think most of these buildings do have tutorials. Some of them, I just don't want them to burn down, like our house, for example. But I think that is where we are going to end today's live stream. I think this is a good stopping point. I'm going to spend a lot of time AFK at our hostile mob farm so that next Friday we will have enough TNT to spend the large majority of the time down in the netherite mine. If you enjoyed today's live stream, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. I know it was a quiet week this week, but we will be back. We're going to be finishing up the North Pole and then making our New Year's resolutions for the world. So stay tuned for all of that. Also check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye!